The 2026 USA Boxing National Junior Olympics and Summer Festival. We thank you all for being here in this 55th iteration of the Junior Olympics for USA Boxing. If you can see my screen, Kyle, can you show my screen? First of all, I would like to acknowledge success of our elite national team in China at the World Cup. Congratulations. Lorenzo Patricio this morning won a gold medal, and Marcus Luther took silver. Congratulations to them and the squad. They will be arriving back here in Wichita on Tuesday morning, so make sure we all congratulate them and their success. Their path to the national team and to the Olympics came through this tournament, the Junior Olympics. All of our national team were usually junior Olympians. So this is the proving grounds. This is the road to the Olympics in LA and Australia in 32. First of all, I would like to demonstrate for you guys, on the back of your credential is a QR code. This QR code will take you to the information page for this tournament. As you can see, this is the event page. This is where you will find all information for this tournament. The fact sheet, photos, live stream, bout sheets, brackets, daily schedules, and results. So scan the QR code and it will take you there. Make sure that you stay up to date on where the bouts are and the bout schedule and when your boxers are in competition. On here, you can click the live brackets. It will open a link to the USA Boxing Zempower page. Zempower is doing our tournament administration for this tournament. Here is where you will find the bout schedule and the brackets. If you will scan this currently, you will see that the brackets are currently empty because we haven't done the draw yet. When we draw this afternoon, these brackets will be populated and you'll be able to see when your boxers are boxing. So we will conduct the draw after the technical meeting. During the technical meeting, my phone number is on the screen. That will send a text message directly to me on the table. This is how we will take questions from the audience. So please first listen to the presentations of our technical directors, technical delegates here, and then we will allow a period for you to ask questions and get clarifications. This is the technical rules meeting. This tournament will be conducted by the rules of USA Boxing rule book, followed by the details of the fact sheet, followed by the details of this technical meeting. So this meeting is very important for your knowledge on how we will operate in this tournament. This is your opportunity to ask questions and get clarifications. So having said that, my name is Mike Campbell. I'm the event manager. I will hand over to our technical supervisor overseeing the field of play for this tournament, and I will be taking your questions from my phone. So please text any questions after the presentation of the technical supervisors. Please, I want to make one more announcement. If you missed check-in yesterday and checked in online rather than in person, the check-in room is now open across the hall where we checked in yesterday. Please take your passbooks to the room where they will accept your passbook and deliver your credentials. They are now open across the hall in the Peach room. Pear or Peach? I think it's Pear. Right across the hall next to where we lined up. With no further ado, here's your technical supervisor, Kevin Hope.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming. As Mike said, I'm the technical delegate / supervisor of the officials for the competition, and we'll just go over some of the rules and some of the things you need to be made aware of. One of the things I ask everybody to remember that by being here as part of this tournament, you are representing not only yourselves and your boxers, your clubs and your LBCs, but you're representing USA Boxing. So with that in mind, I ask that we treat everybody with respect, we keep our language in check, don't allow our emotions to get in our way, and remember, we're ambassadors for USA Boxing. the kids, as Mike said, the kids that start here and they move on through the program, they could end up at the Olympics. So they're ambassadors of the program now, and hopefully as they continue their way through with their young boxing careers, they continue to be ambassadors for the sport. We'll cover first the daily weigh-in. Daily weigh-in will start every morning at 6 o'clock. You only have to weigh in on the day that you're boxing. There is no general weighing. The trial scales will open at 5, and they'll close somewhere around 10 o'clock at night or when the last bout takes place. So the trial scales will remain open as long as there's competition going on in the venue. As soon as the competition is over, we'll close the trial scales for the evening. But as I said, they'll open again in the morning at 5 o'clock. If you're boxing in the noon session or the afternoon session, the weigh-in will start at 6. If you're boxing in the evening session, the weigh-in will start at 6:30. It's first come, first serve. So the sooner you're here, the better you are as far as getting in line, getting weighed in, and being able to go on with your day and rehydrate and eat and that sort of thing. One thing you must do when you come to the weigh-in is you must check in at the trial scale. You must weigh yourself at the trial scale before you come in, because we have a zero tolerance, no weight allowance for this competition. Don't lose at the scale. We don't want to see that happen, and there's no way that it should happen. And as I said, we're following the guidelines of the rule book and as well as the fact sheet. Just a reminder for the boxers weighing in, no jewelry, studs, anything like that is supposed to be on their person, anywhere on their person. If you get to the trial scale and you see that you have to lose a little bit of weight or you need to cut some weight, make sure you check in with the official that is going to be stationed in that area. You check in with them, you'll sign in, you'll let them know that you're here, and that way we're not looking for you, or potentially we close the scale down because we don't know you're here. You know, the weigh-in should be no more than approximately 2 hours. Of course, we have a lot of boxers, so we will be starting on time and we'll be going right through. And when we finish, we finish. Reminder that coaches are not allowed into the weigh-in area. That's just to keep the confusion down. Males and females have separate, distinct areas, and that'll be clearly designated when they get here in the morning. Boxers must have their credentials with them, and I ask that you bring your own credentials and not somebody else from your team, but they have their credentials with them. That allows us to check the credentials with the Passbook and make sure we have the correct boxer in front of us. And once they weighed in, at that time they'll also see the doctor and they'll weigh in. Once they've completed that process, they'll get their session pass for the evening. That's the pass that allows them and their coaches to come in for a particular bout. No session pass, no entry into the field of play or into the warm-up area. One thing to remember too, once you come into the warm-up area and you get your gloves, you have to stay in the warm-up area. In other words, you can't come in, get your gloves, and then go back to your hotel room or go warm up in the parking lot or something like that. You have to stay in the warm-up area itself. And it's strongly recommended that you report to the venue no less than 10 bouts prior to your bout starting. Remember, this is a tournament with a lot of boxers. We don't know what we have for boxers as far as our bout's going to get stopped, our boxer's going to walk over, the shorter times. We don't want to see anybody lose the opportunity to box. We're in the boxing business, not the no boxing business. We'll give you the leeway that we can, but we have to keep the event rolling. We have to keep the show rolling. One thing to remember on scoring criteria, it's the scoring criteria right from the rule book. All the judges and referees just completed a seminar where we emphasized the scoring criteria. Specifically, we're counting the blows that were in scoring blows. So the blows that land within the scoring area, the weight of the body or the shoulder has to be behind the punch. Also, we're looking at, that's the primary scoring criteria that we'll use. We're also looking at the boxer's techniques and tactics. as well as the competitiveness. But the bulk of the bouts, or the majority of the bouts, will be decided by the number of scoring blows in the scoring area. We'll talk about uniforms. Junior, youth, and elite that are boxing in the tournament must wear a blue or red uniform. Intermediates, bantams, and peewees, we suggest you wear a red or blue uniform, but essentially you can wear whatever you like as far as that goes. I strongly recommend, if you have it, that they wear a blue uniform. Wear the appropriate uniform for their corner, because we don't want to see mistakes made. If your boxer's in the red corner and he's wearing a blue uniform, it could be very easy for the judges to make the mistake of thinking he's the blue boxer. So be mindful of that as we go through the tournament. Trunks must have a contrasting waistband as well. No binding material, tape, is allowed on the uniform. So hopefully, especially with your smaller boxers, that you're able to find them a uniform that fits them appropriately and comfortably. Again, the junior, youth, and elite headgear, it must be open face. You can wear what you want during the course of the week, but for finals, everybody will wear Sting headgear. The headgear will be available at the glove table if you need to use it. All you have to do is supply an ID, leave your ID, take the headgear. When you're exiting the field of play, you pick up your ID, turn the headgear back in. It's pretty easy that way. Intermediate peewees and bantams, you can wear whatever headgear you want as long as it's on the certified equipment memo that's in the rule book. It's actually online as well. Glove table will have a copy of that. And again, peewees, bantams, intermediates, if you want to wear cheek protectors, you can wear cheek protectors, as long as the headgear is on the certified equipment memo. Remember that if you have long hair, you should be wearing a hairnet or a do-rag or something to keep your hair inside your helmet. And as I said, Sting headgear is available at the glove table. The session passes, as I stated, when the boxers come out of the weigh-in, they've successfully completed, they'll be able to get their session passes and which allows them and their coaches into the warm-up area. As far as coaches, each boxer is allowed 3 coaches to be with them at ringside. 2 up on the apron, 1 down on the floor, only 1 inside the ring. If they're boxers, certified boxers or registered boxers that are part of the tournament, if you want to use them working in the corner with you, you can do that. They just have to stay down on the floor. They can't get up on the apron. Reminder on water bottles, they have to be clear water bottles. They can't be green or blue or anything else. It has to be clear. Even just a regular water bottle, say from Walmart, is sufficient if that's what you want to use. But again, it has to be clear. Reminder for the coaches, when you're during the bout, coach your boxer. Don't coach the referee. Don't coach the other officials. If there's an issue with the referee, let the supervisor that's sitting ringside know that you have an issue or you think there's a potential issue. But just focus on the boxer, and then we will take care of dealing with the officials in the event there's any type of concern. There will be live scoring between the rounds. There'll be a monitor in each corner, in the red corner and the blue corner, so at the end of every round, you know how the round went. You may not agree with what the outcome is, but at least you'll know where you stand. So at the end of the bout, you're not confused as to who won the bout or why your boxer potentially didn't win. We're using 5 judges for this competition. All scores are used. And as I stated, all the judges have just sat through a mandatory seminar, and they know, they've been reminded and retrained on exactly what we're looking for. In the event that you wanted to see the scorecards related to the bout, that could be available at the end of the session. I don't always have the availability to deal with it during the session, but at a minimum it would be at the end of the session. And again, coaches, if you have any concerns with the officials, any concerns with the bout or the way the bout was conducted, please come and see me. I'll talk to you all day long if that's what we need to do, and I'll help you understand what the situation was. And then again, if you wanted to see the scorecards, request that through the admin table. Remember, on hand wraps, you can wear Velpo or gauze. Junior, youth, and elite can wear those. Intermediate, bantams, and peewees, you can wear training wraps. Just remember, no tape on the training wraps. Just one piece of tape on the wrist so the glove table can sign off on it. In other words, don't put on your training wrap that you use in the gym and then put a roll of tape over it. And remember, nothing underneath the gauze itself, or except for gauze, no gel wraps, no MMA hand wraps or anything like that. The glove table will be able to assist you with that as well. I remind everybody, please be patient at the glove table. We have a lot of bouts, we have a lot of boxers, and there's only a few people at each side of the glove table. If the boxing is slowing down because of the glove table, you're not held accountable for that. We will deal with that issue. As I stated, we're in the boxing business, not the no boxing business, so we'll make sure that all the bouts go off the way they're supposed to. I already stated you must stay in a warm-up area once you're gloved, and I reminded you that there's live scoring taking place during the course of the bout. Remember, with the scoring criteria, as I said, the number of scoring blows, the techniques and tactics, the competitiveness. One thing to remember is that it is possible to all 3 rounds count. So it is possible that on the scorecards, it appears you're ahead in the bout, and you could technically win 2 rounds, but that 3rd round could be the deciding factor. The scores are counted in all 3 rounds. So, in other words, don't take your foot off the gas. Always stay focused, always keep your boxer moving the way they're supposed to. We have a lot of boxers for this tournament. We have a lot of bouts to get through. We're asking your assistance in helping us get this done and get this done seamlessly. So we're asking the boxers as they enter the ring not to run around the ring, not to stop and talk to each judge, not to stay and pose for pictures. We ask you enter the ring, go right to your corner, adjust your headgear, check your gloves, make sure you have your mouthpiece. The referee will come over and check your gear, and then we'll be ready to start the bout. At the end of the bout, the referee is going to go immediately to the center of the ring. We ask the boxers to go back to their corner, take off their gloves and their headgear, and immediately come back out to the center of the ring so we can announce the decision. The next bout should be standing at the bottom of the stairs, ready to go in. We'll remind you of this as we go along, but if we move along quickly like that, we can get through all the bouts we need to get through, and everybody has that same fair opportunity of having officials that are paying attention and not fatigued because they just worked 72 bouts in a row, and they took an extra hour because of ring walks and dances and that sort of thing. And we can all work with this and get this through appropriately. And the last comment I have before we take questions is what I started with. Remember, we treat each other with respect. We watch our language. We remember where we are and who we are. And we're here at a national tournament, and we're ambassadors of our sport. We're ambassadors for our clubs, our LBCs, and ambassadors of USA Boxing. Any questions, Mike?
Nope. Tell them, go ahead and message any questions to the number on the screen.
If anybody has any questions, please, the number's on the screen. Text it to Mike, and we'll answer any questions. If during the course of the tournament you have any questions, as I said, feel free to reach out to me. I'll be somewhere within the field of play for the entire tournament.
Could you repeat your explanation of the scoring and the points?
Yes. So just to go over the scoring criteria again, just remember we're using strictly from the rule book, or straight from the rule book. The primary focus is on the number of scoring blows in the target area. Of course, the target area is in the head, not behind the ears, and anywhere in the body, but not in the back, obviously not on the arms or gloves. The punches have to have the weight of the body or shoulder behind the punch. The punch must be cleanly connected. In other words, it can't be partially blocked. And the judge has to be able to see the punch for them to score it. So sometimes you will have different scores from different judges. It's that the angle of where they're sitting, they might not see all the punches. Doesn't mean they're being incompetent, doesn't mean they're not paying attention. It's just that they might not have that the same angle. That's why we use 5 judges, so we get a better look all the way around the ring. The primary scoring criteria is the number of scoring blows in the target area. It used to be known as the number of quality blows in the scoring area. Also, we're looking at techniques and tactics, how you're controlling the ring, are you slipping punches, are you setting the pace of the action, are you fending your opponent off, changing the pace of the action, and as well as competitiveness. Competitiveness, you lose the first round, come back stronger. You change your style because to meet the style of another boxer. And a good example of that is your boxer's orthodox, they're right-handed, they come out, they're facing a left-handed boxer, a southpaw, and they've never seen that look before. They come back at the end of the round, you tell them how to adjust, and they adjust. That's part of competitiveness. But the number one scoring criteria is the number of scoring blows in the target area. So I stated about the officials have just finished a mandatory seminar. They will not referee and judge without attending this mandatory seminar. During the seminar, we went over things like the scoring criteria that I just talked about. We went over how to properly handle a bout, things to deal with, look for in a ring, but with a special emphasis on the scoring and making sure that we're getting the best bout or the best scores for our boxers. The officials are also evaluated on a daily basis as far as their judging percentages. The number of rounds that they have the correct winner, the number of rounds that they don't have the correct winner is also factored against the number of rounds that they had the right winner for the bout, and it's factored in together. And they come up with a percentage. That is a daily percentage that's cumulative all week long. And if they drop below a certain percentage, if they drop below 80 percentile, for instance, they're not going to judge anymore. We will take the officials out. Going into the semifinals, if they're below an 83%, they won't work the semifinals. And if they're below an 85%, they won't work the finals. I don't care if we only have 8 officials per ring when it comes to the finals. We're giving you the best that we can give you, what we have available here. It's only fair to you, it's only fair to your boxers. At a minimum, the question was, how many bouts in advance can you come into the warm-up area? As I said, I would come in at least 10 in advance, and then as far as getting gloved up, it'll probably be 3 or 4 bouts before your actual bout. It depends on what we have, how many. Obviously, we're going with the glove sizes based on weight, so anything under 143 pounds will wear 10-ounce gloves. Anything over 143 pounds will wear 12-ounce gloves. So if we have 20 bouts in front of us at a 10-ounce gloves, we might have to recycle the gloves, or we'll start recycling them. So you should be able to glove up a minimum of 3 to 4, but probably 5 bouts before your bout. You should be able to glove up and start warming up. Yes. Yep. So question was related to conflicts. In other words, if you have a boxer in ring 1 boxing in bout 3 and a boxer in ring 4 boxing in bout 4, there's a potential for conflict. Zem Power is going to separate as much as they can as far as LBCs and clubs, as far as when you're lined up to box, but you need to be ready in the event that you have two boxers going really close to each other. I would have an assistant coach get ready to take your place if necessary. We can't hold up the session for an extended period of time because the coach is in ring 1 and then he needs to be down in ring 5. We'll do the best we can to accommodate that, especially in the beginning of the week when we have more bouts and we have more boxers. Towards the end of the week when it slows down a little bit, we can adjust a little bit more, but just be prepared to have your boxers ready regardless of which bout you're in and which ring you're in. That's all I have. I thank everybody for your time. I look forward to working with you all this week. And as I said, any questions you have, any concerns, please come and see me, and I'll take all the time you need to talk with you. Thank you. I'm sorry, do you have a question?
Sorry. Do we have any questions from the audience before we move on? All right. Well, we are going to reconfigure for the tournament draw. Let me go back down in the view. We're going to reconfigure for the tournament draw, reset up, and then we will get back on the live stream and conduct the draw. I want to explain a couple of matters to you guys. I want to reemphasize what Kevin said. We're not going to allow boxers to go to each side of the ring. Boxers should go into the ring and be ready for their inspection by the referee. Coaches, we need your cooperation. As soon as the bout is finished, as soon as the third round bell rings, the boxer will be sent to the corner. Please remove their headgear and gloves immediately and send them back to the center of the ring. We will announce decisions within 30 seconds of the final bell. This will help speed up the program and help us get a large amount of bouts through. Every session will have 20 or more bouts per ring per session. That's a long day. We do have a little bit of room on a couple of days for matched bouts, so we're offering matched bouts to those boxers who are here for sparring and boxers who are unopposed, and of course, female boxers always are welcome to do matched bouts. So please work with us, coaches. Help us speed that up. Referees will be encouraging the boxers to speed up so we can get the next bout in the ring quickly. The next thing I'd like to talk about is the tournament draw. We are going to move in the tournament draw here shortly, but we are going to do the draw a little bit different than you've seen in the past. Again, if you scan your QR code on the back of your credential, it will take you to the brackets. The brackets currently are blank. If you look at the brackets and look at your bracket, it's going to be blank. We are going to, we have checked in all the boxers who have arrived, who have checked in online or checked in person. We have sent out emails to those who are scratched or removed from the draw, and then we have confirmed boxers who are here. That tournament draw is going to be conducted in one click. We're going to do all the brackets at one time. We're going to forego reading the names and cycling through. So when we do the tournament draw, you will see the brackets populate within a couple of minutes of the draw. This gets you guys information quicker, gets you more informed faster, so that way you can prepare for your bouts and you know when you're boxing. Absolutely not. Yep. So if you scan the QR code on the back of your credential, it will take you to the event page, and then there's a link there that says live brackets and daily schedules. That will take you to this event where you can view the brackets and the schedule. Every bracket on it has the time and session, the date that it's on there, that bout will take place. Remember, top of the bracket is red, bottom of the bracket is blue. We will do the draw and then give 1 to 2 hours for confirmation from coaches if there's any mistakes or amendments. If we need to redraw any brackets, we will notify you. But after 2 hours after the draw, we will consider the draw final and locked and start producing the bout sheets. Again, this is designed to get you guys information faster and speed up our process. We have 125 brackets to draw. So again, we will now commence or finish the technical meeting and reconfigure for the tournament draw. Thank you, everyone. Coaches and boxers, if you have passbooks on you that you have not turned in yet, if you checked in online, your boxers, they are currently accepting those passbooks across the hall at the check-in room. I believe that room is called the pair room. So they're pair. It's right directly across the hall, the lobby. They are accepting athletes' passbooks now. That way, if they're boxing tomorrow, they will have a credential and their book will already be filed. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2026 National Junior Olympics Tournament Draw. We will be conducting the tournament draw here today. We will be showing you how to view the brackets and explaining the procedures we will use for the tournament draw. First of all, happy Father's Day to all the dads in the room. All you sons and daughters in the room, please wish your dads a happy Father's Day. Couldn't think of a better way to celebrate Father's Day than being here at the National Junior Olympics. Now we've conducted an extensive procedure here this week, this last few months, through registration, through check-in, through accreditation. Those of you who are late arrivals have checked in online, and many of you arrived yesterday, checked in person, and are in the tournament. Those who did not check in online nor in person yesterday have been notified and removed from the tournament. At this point, we will conduct the tournament draw, and the field is locked. This is final. We will do the tournament draw a little bit different this year. First of all, please click on the QR code that's on the back of your credential. This will take you to the event page, which has a link to the tournament brackets. Can you display the brackets, please? Oh, Kyle, if you could show the the screen. This is the Zempower page for the tournament brackets. If you will click on your bracket, you will see that it is currently blank. We are going to, last night we conducted a thorough analysis of all the boxers who have checked in, who have given us passbooks and checked in online, and we have adjusted the field. The tournament has been updated in the Zempower system, and we will not go through each bracket one by one. We will not read the names. We will not conduct the bracket draw in the way it was done in the past. Instead, we are going to conduct the tournament draw in a single click. If you look at your tournament bracket within a couple of minutes, depending on internet speeds and refresh times, Wi-Fi in the building, etc., the tournament brackets will refresh, and then you will see them populated. You will then have an hour to notify us of any discrepancies, any bracket conflicts that were missed, etc., etc. Bracket conflicts will be observed by the Zempower system when the boxers have the same coach or have the same club. This method will also be used to avoid conflicts in schedule, so that way we can space your bouts apart. No bracket conflicts, no scheduling conflicts will be observed unless the two boxers have the same coach and or club name. My number is on the screen, and you can text me any questions during the tournament draw. The tournament draw and the technical meeting are archived on the website, where your QR code will take you, and you can watch them at any time. So at this time, we will bring up the administrative page of Zempower. Apologize, we don't have a graphic yet, but we are going to demonstrate that the draw is going on. Kyle, if you could show the computer screen. This is the administrative side of the Zempower system. So it's not something you've seen before, but this is what the administrators see. We will now commence to draw. This is a one-click draw. All the brackets are being generated at this time. If you will go back to your bracket page, within a couple of minutes, this should refresh and all the brackets will be populated. Got a question about buys and seedings. Okay, so as you can see, the draw has been done. Can you cycle through a few of the brackets on here? So as you can see now, if you go and can you look through a couple? Yeah, just a couple. Just a couple. The brackets are now populated. The tournament draw has been conducted. Coaches, please review the brackets to ensure that your boxer was drawn, that your boxer was included if they checked in. And a few things to note about the tournament brackets. As you can see, the top of the bracket is red, the bottom of the bracket is the blue corner, and the scheduler has already placed the date and session that these bouts are happening. Generally speaking, youth and elite will be in the evening session. Pee-wees, Bantam, and intermediate will be in the noon session. Junior boxers will lead off the noon session on Monday and then be in the evening session Tuesday through Thursday. Friday, we will have one session at noon. Saturday, we will have one session at noon. Monday through Friday, there will be 5 rings in competition. The rings are numbered 1, closest to the glove table, 5, furthest from the glove table. And then on Saturday for the finals, we will take 1 ring out and conduct the finals with 4 rings. Please remember that the Junior Olympics divisions, junior, intermediate, bantam, will receive only their apparel in the ring. Their medals will be awarded at a medaling ceremony, which will take place in the Moody Theater on the other side of the building after the conclusion of the finals. So once again, the tournament draw has been completed. Please cycle through your brackets to determine if your boxer was correctly placed. There we go. Yeah. Just the internet speeds are taking a little while to refresh. So as you can see, the bracket's been drawn here. This is the Youth 121 on the screen. Please report any discrepancies to the number on your screen or email me. And once again, the check-in is available across the hall. If you have any athlete passbooks, please take them across the hall, turn them in for your boxers. Late arriving coaches can check in tomorrow morning after the weigh-in in the same room. The weigh-in for boxers boxing on Monday will begin at 6 a.m., doors to the building at 5 a.m., trial scale at 5 a.m. Every boxer must check their weight on the trial scale before proceeding to the weigh-in. Boxers in the PM session will be brought in at 6:30 a.m. Do not ask when the scales close. There is no end time to the weigh-in. The weigh-in will close when the last boxer in line finishes his weigh-in and physical. So the weigh-in will begin at 6 o'clock a.m. for the a.m. session, the noon session, and at 6:30 a.m. for the 6 p.m. session. Do not be late. Do not get disqualified at the scale. You will lose by disqualification if you no-show to the scale. There was a question about seating. The seating document was emailed out about a week ago. Of course, we made updates after check-in and elevated seeds. The final page of the seating document explains how seating was conducted for this tournament. The Junior Olympics places high-performance members first, followed by returning junior division champions, and then seeds based on total wins. I will make one more check of any questions. With no further questions, we will conclude the technical meeting and the tournament draw. Once again, please text or email me any discrepancies you find, questions you have, and we will publish the bout sheets as soon as we can. Thank you, everyone. The coaches' space will close at 7 p.m. tonight, and we will be back at 5 a.m. tomorrow. Good night.